Hello my dear students, welcome to computer science class. In this recorded class, we shall start with a new chapter, that is Introduction to C++. Before we start with the new chapter, let us know the history of C++ programming language. In the earlier days, C programming language was very much widely and was very popularly used by the programmers. But there were some drawbacks of the C programming language. The main drawback was it was unable to implement the real world problems. And the length of the code was very huge. Because of that, the program maintenance was very much difficult. Because of these three drawbacks, the new programming language was being developed, that is OOPS, that is Object Oriented Programming Language. In the earlies of 1980s, the C++ programming language was being developed by the person, that is Bjarne Stroustrup, at AT&T Bell Laboratories in Murray Hill in New Jersey. Bjarne Stroustrup was very much influenced by the programming language, that is Simula and C programming language. So he combined most of the features of Simula and C programming language, and he developed the new programming language, that is C++, which was based upon the OOPS concepts. And we know what are the OOPS concepts, right? OOPS concepts mainly give the importance to the data rather than the procedures or rather than the instructions, correct? And we know that we have the different kinds of OOPS concepts like classes, objects, right? Modularity, inheritance, data abstraction, encapsulation. So all these OOPS concepts was been used in the C++ programming language. Initially, this C++ programming language was being called as C with classes because most of the features he had taken from the Bjarne Stroustrup has most of the features was being taken by the C programming language. Therefore, he named it as C with classes because classes concepts was being used. Classes and objects concepts were used there. Later, in the year of 1983, C with classes was being renamed as C++ by Rick Muscati. So this C++ programming language was mainly based upon the C language because it was much suitable for the system programming. Why it was based upon C programming language? Because C programming was very popular and it was being widely used in those days. So it was difficult for the programmers to again study the new programming language. So mainly he extracted the concepts of C programming language and he added some additional features to that C programming language and he developed the C++ programming language. So you can see here why the C++ it is given. This plus actually it is an increment operator. This plus operator tells that it is an enhanced version of the C programming language with the additional features of OOPS concepts. Therefore, we can even say that C++ is a superset of C because any program or the code which has been written in the C programming language can be easily executed in the C++ programming language because C++ is it has been based upon the C programming language, but any code which has been written in C++ cannot be executed, we cannot run in the C programming language because C is a low level language. It has a very limited set of concepts, whereas C++ is having the wider set of concepts now. Therefore, any code you have written in C can be easily compiled and executed in the C++ programming language. Plus, the C++ programming language can also make use of all the inbuilt functions of C programming language. Inbuilt functions like all the mathematical functions we have, character functions we have, string functions, built-in functions we have, mathematical functions like sine, cos, tan, power. I think we have discussed this about in OOPS concepts, right? So power, I can directly use the power function instead of, if I'm giving 2 raised to 10, if I'm giving, instead of multiplying 2 into 2 into 10 like 10 times, if I just use the power function which is inbuilt and I pass the arguments like 2 comma 10, if I pass it, automatically it will calculate and give me the result of 2 raised to 10. Okay, like this, whatever the built-in functions are there in C can be used in the C++ programming language. So this was a little brief history of C++ programming language. Here mainly you should concentrate about who developed the C programming language and who renamed the C++. Okay, before it was C with classes, who named it as in C++, that is the RISC-MASCII. So these are the two important points you have to remember in case of the history of C++. Now let us move on to the characteristics of C++. So here are the characteristics. The first characteristics of C++ is the OOPS. OOPS actually stands for object-oriented programming. Next character we have portability. Next we have brevity. Next we have modular programming. We have C compatibility, speed, machine independent, flexibility, wide range of library functions, and system software development. So all these are the characteristics of C++. It is a very important question, 5 marks question from your exam point of view. Explain briefly the characteristics of C++. If they are asking for any 5 or 6 points, you can explain it. Now let us see in brief what is OOPS. Okay, that is object oriented programming. OOPS actually, here as we know that it mainly give importance to the data rather than the sequence or rather than the structures or rather than the instructions, right? So any code which has been developed in the C++ programming language, mainly they will design the applications where emphasis is given to the data rather than the structure of sequence. And this OOPS concepts also makes the objects to communicate with each other. In my previous OOPS concepts, when I was explaining about the classes and objects. I can create the object to the class. I think I have taken an example of a class student. For that class student, I have taken an object as yes. I had taken yes dot get data, s dot display. This is how we were using the objects to access the data of the class. Like this, we can create the objects and we can make the objects to communicate with each other. Plus it also provides us the reusability of the code in logical and productive ways. That means we have the concept as an inheritance in the OOPS concepts, right? We have taken an examples like we have the class like grandfather, father, and the child class. Grandfather is a singer, father is a dancer. Obviously, because of inheritance, the child he'll be dancer, he'll be singer, plus he will be cricketer. You need not to redefine the child is a dancer and singer. By default, the code has already been reused. We have already reused. Because of inheritance, we need not to redefine that. So any applications which are being developed with the OOPS concepts will be given more importance to the data. Plus we can make the objects to communicate, and we also have the facility to reuse the code. You need not to write the code right from the scratch. So because of that, we can use it in many logical and the productive ways. So this is what is OOPS. Moving on to the next characteristic is the portability. What do you mean by the word terminology portable? Portable in the sense that is movable, easily carryable. Same way, here in case of C++ also, we can practically compile the same C++ code in almost any type of computer and operating system without making any kind of changes. That means what? The C++ code can be compiled. Compile in the sense what? Error checking. Suppose you have written the code, okay, you have written the program. There might be mistakes in that program, okay, there might be mistake. The process of removing the errors from the program is said to be as compilation. That means you can compile and execute the code in almost any type of computer. It might be a desktop computer, it can be a laptop computer, or it can be any other device of the different type of device you can run. But only thing, you should have a compiler. Plus, irrespective of any kind of operating system, it might be a Windows operating system, or it might be an Unix operating systems, or any other different kinds of operating system, you can execute the C++ programming code. Okay, see, earlier what happens, some of the programming languages, they were supporting only for the Unix operating system, but now the C++ programming programming language, it is not so. Irrespective of any type of computer, or irrespective of any type of operating system you have in your computer system, it will help you to execute the code. Okay, next, moving on to the next one, that is brevity. Brevity in the sense what, whatever the code you have written in C++ is very short in comparison with the any other languages. Why it is short? Because we are using the concept called as inheritance. Because of inheritance, you can reuse the code. You need not to redefine the code. Okay, it is already understood, the new class whatever you have derived, it is already understood you are inheriting the properties from the another class, so you need not to redefine any code. Okay, because of the inheritance concept, and because of the polymorphism concept, because of the modularity, okay, concepts of OOPS concepts, whatever the code you can write in the C++ is very short comparatively any other programming languages. Moving on to the next one, that is modular programming. Before we go to the modular programming, we know what is the concept of modularity, or what is a module, because this is a OOPS concept which we have studied in the previous chapter. So previous chapter and this chapter is quite interrelated with each other. Okay, so modularity in the sense what, it is the approach to divide the large program into sub-modules, or the sub-programs, or the sub-modules. I had given an example like, a mobile is one module. Okay, it is a big large module wherein we have the different components, we have the different modules, like camera is one module, FM is one module, right? Then games is one module. So there are different types of modules. So these different types of modules can be tested and can be implemented, they can be interlinked. Okay, they can be grouped into one single unit called as an mobile as an object, right? This is what is the modularity. The same thing here in case of C++ programming. Okay, there are several source code, okay, that can be compiled separately, and they are being linked together to your programming application in order to save the time. Say for an example, header files like IOStream we have, right? Math.h, okay, we have already discussed this. So those header files, I know they are the separate source codes. Okay, they can be linked with our programming code. They can be linked with our programming code, because IOStream is the one header file wherein we are having the functions like cout and cin, that is console input and console output. If we don't have those built in, if we don't have those source codes or the header files, if we don't have, we should have written the 100 extra lines to print and read the contents, isn't it? So the C++ programming language, it has been designed in such a way that there are several source codes are there, that are being compiled separately and they are linked together. Okay, now if there is any problem in any of the module, you need to only check that particular module. Okay, find out the error, okay, and then compile it and relink again. For an example, if you have the problem in the camera module, you will find out the error into it, and you will find out the error, and then you will rectify it, and then you will link it to the main module. Similarly, if there is any problem, it is not necessary to recompile the entire application. You need to just find out the where error is there. Only the single change can be made wherever there is error is been contained. Suppose in your program you have included the header files and you have written the main code. If there is a problem in the main code, you need not to recompile the header files. Already header files are being tested and they are being compiled and written already. Okay, that approach is nothing but the modular approach. Okay, once again, that this modular approach has been already been taught in the OOPS concepts, the same thing. Okay, we have several source code. These source codes are nothing but they can be the header files also, there can be some other codes also which are been already tested, that is compiled in the sense what, that they are error free, they don't contain any kinds of error, and they are being linked at the time of execution time to your program, so that your program runs successfully. If there is any problem, if there is any error, only the part where error is there, no, that has been rectified, that has been recompiled, like it is rectified, and then again it has been linked. Okay, this is what is modular approach. Next we have the characteristics is C compatibility. C compatibility, the word C compatibility itself, it says that any code which has been written in the C code can be easily included in the C++ program. Okay, I'll write one simple program, okay, to add the two numbers I have written in the C programming. The same code what you have written in the C programming language, I can convert it into the C++ programming language by including the concept of classes and objects, and I can run it. Okay, that is characteristics is nothing but C compatibility, because C++ is a superset of the C programming language. It is made out of the C programming language. So whatever code is written in C++ will be definitely supported by the C++ programming language, because it's an enhanced version. But vice versa is not possible, because C, whatever code is written in C++ cannot be executed in C code, because C is a it doesn't have much features like C++ with the OOPS concept. So C doesn't support for the OOPS concepts. Okay, moving on to the next characteristic, that is the speed. So whatever the resulting code we are getting out of the C++ programming, it is very efficient without any errors. Okay, and because of the duality, the reduced size of the language itself. This means what? Whatever the code is being generated from the C++ compilation, it's very efficient without any errors. Whatever the results is very high and it is very accurate. Okay, because of its duality in nature, in the sense, because C++ programming language, it is supporting C code also. Okay, whatever you have written the code in C++, C programming also it is supporting, whatever the code you have written in C++ OOPS concepts also it is supporting. Because of dual in nature, the size of the language has been reduced, because we are using the OOPS concepts like inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction, data encapsulation, classes and objects. Because of these concepts, the size of the code has been definitely it has been reduced, because we know the drawbacks of the procedure and the structured programming language, isn't it? They were the main drawbacks was the code, the length of the code was very high. Because of that, the maintenance of the program was difficult. But here it is not so, because of the usage of the OOPS concepts. Okay, moving on to the next characteristic, that is machine independent. Machine independent in the sense what? Whatever the code in C++ you have written can be executed irrespective of any other computer system, irrespective of the any device. It might be a laptop, it might be a laptop, desktop computer, it might be, or any other devices wherein you are implementing the C++ compiler should be there. Okay, machine independent, this term what it says is, you can write the code in one of the system and you can execute it in the another system. Maybe you have written the code in the you have written the code in the desktop in your college, you have written the code in the desktop computer system. The same code you can copy and you can come to your home and you execute the same code into your laptop system. It will be able to run, it will be able to execute. That terminology, what we say, it is a machine independent. That means what? Your code is not dependent on machine, it is independent of the machine. Irrespective of any different kinds of devices you are using, it will be able to execute the code. Execute in the sense what? To run the code. Then moving on to the next characteristic, that is flexibility. Flexibility in the sense what? It is at any point of moment you give your C++ program to execute, it will be able to run the code. Plus it is versatile in nature. Versatile in nature in a sense, irrespective of any kind of operations, whether it is arithmetic operations, whether it is relational operation, whether it is a bitwise operators, unary operators, any kinds of operations you are giving, the C++ programming language will be able to execute at any point of time. That is what is the, it is flexible and versatile in nature. Versatile in the sense what? Irrespective of any kind of operations you are giving, it will be able to execute. Flexible in the sense what? At any point of time. It's not restricted with the timings only morning, afternoon, evenings and all. Any point of time you give the code for your computer system to run with the C++ programming language, it will be able to execute it and run it. Okay, that is what is the flexibility. Yes. Moving on to the next characteristic, that is wide range of library functions. I hope you know about now library functions. Say for an example, power. Okay, power is one of the library function. Sine inverse, tan, cos, how, okay, those are all the built-in mathematical functions. Sum of, okay, average. We have different kinds of built-in functions. Plus, suppose one more different example is, suppose if I enter a character, suppose if I enter an alphabet known as A, the program, it should give me the output as it is a character. If I enter an digit like 9, if I give, it should give me as it's not an alphabet. Okay, if I give as dash, if I give, it should give me it is not an alphabet. Similarly, if I enter a alphabet as I, if I give, if it should give, it should recognize that it is an alphabet. I will just use the built-in function like is alpha, okay, is digit. Like this, some built-in functions are there. If I just write those functions, whatever the characters, whatever the input you are giving from your keyboard, it will recognize that whether you have entered a character or whether you have entered a digit, and accordingly to that it will give me the output. So there, like this, there are a huge number of library functions are there. So because of the presence of these library functions, definitely it will help you to reduce the code development time. Plus it also help you to reduce the cost of software development. That is what I have given an example in a live classes. Suppose if any new project comes to you, there will be a specific designer, there will be a specific test developer will be there. Okay, the web designer will be different, developer will be different. Okay, they have already certain ready-made modules, so they will not sit and write the code right from the scratch, right? They have some ready-made modules or already built in, some modules are being there, so they will just use them, they will recreate it, and then they will integrate and produce they will integrate it and develop the new project. Similarly, we have various varieties of character functions, built-in functions, we have string functions, we have mathematical functions, various different kinds of built-in functions are there. By using them, we can definitely reduce the development of the software. Okay, reduce the time for the development of software. Moving on to the last characteristic, that is the system software development. System software development in the sense, it is used for developing the system software. System software, we know what is the system software. System software is a one which will help you to control the overall operations of the computer. For example, operating system is an example for the system software. So by using the C++ programming language, you can develop the new operating system, you can develop the compilers. Okay, what is a compiler? Compiler is a computer language. Okay, it's a computer software which will convert the high level language to the machine level language. Say for an example, C++ is using a compiler. Turbo C is a compiler. This C++ programming language is a high level language. It's not a low level or it's not a machine level language. Machine level language, as we know that it is only zeros and ones. Our computer system can understand only zeros and ones. If I am using the C++ as a programming language, it's like English level language only. Okay, I think I have shown one of the program like int register number, char, name, like this void display. So all that is a high level language where the computer cannot understand. By the help of the compiler will convert all that English level high level language to the machine level language, and it will make the computer to understand what the instructions we have written. The computer will understand, process it, and it will give us the output. So to develop those compilers also we are using the C++ programming language. To develop the editors also, editors like the one editor, it is like Notepad and the WordPad, where it will allow you the users to write and edit the text. Okay, Notepad and WordPad are the examples for the editors. You can develop the editors, plus you can even create the database in the sense where huge number of informations can be stored at one place. See, for an example, if an institution is a 10 years or 15 years old, you cannot maintain the whole information in papers, right? You need certain place. You need to store in the computer system wherein you can fetch the data easily. Okay, you need to store the data. So you can even use the C++ programming language in order to create the database, in order to store the huge information. So that is what is system software development. Whole and soul, the C++ programming language. By using this, we can even develop operating systems, we can develop compilers, we can develop the text editors, plus you can even create the database. So this completes the characteristics of C++. Students, this is very important, 5 marks question from your exam point of view. Okay, so we shall move on to the next the topic, that is C++ character set. Okay, so before we start with the C++ characteristics, okay, our mother tongue is a different language, right? Our mother tongue is Hindi, our mother tongue is Kannada, we have a different Telugu, Tamil, but still we are able to talk in English. Why? Because English is being built upon the alphabets, that is 26 alphabets from A to Z. So by clubbing those alphabets, we are creating the words. By combination of words, we are able to frame the sentences, right? From that word we are able to know the English language, so that we are able to easily read and write. Same way, in C++ programming language is also having the C++ character set. Okay, that C++ character set, it's a valid character. It consists of some of the characters that a language can recognize. See, English, how we are able to read and speak? Only because of the alphabets which are being present in that. Apart from that alphabets, we have some special characters like exclamatory and all, right? Punctuation marks and all we are having. Same way, the C++ programming language is also having the character set where the language can recognize it. So what all that C++ character set is including, let us see that. Okay, so this C++ character, it is including the letters, that is alphabets, it is including the digits, it is even including the special characters. So letters from capital letters, that is A to Z, to small a to Z, it is supporting the C++ programming language. Plus it is also supporting the digits from 0 to 9. It is even supporting the special characters like space, okay, plus, minus, division, okay, then exponential form, okay, backslash, round bracket, square, flower brackets, so less than, equals to, exclamation, not equals to, okay, so colon, semicolon, all these are the special characters which are the C++ programming language is supporting. Plus it is also supporting the white spaces. If I want to give the horizontal tab, if I want to give blank space, if I have to give carriage return means if the cursor has to immediately jump to the beginning of the line, then I can go for the carriage return. New line in the sense, if I want the contents to appear in the next line, like how in the HTML we have the break line tag, like BR tag we have. Same way in C++ programming language also, if there are two sentences are there, if I want the two sentences to appear in the two different lines, then I can even use the new line character for that, new line character. Because of this, the two sentences will be splitted and it will appear in the different lines. Then we are having the form feed. Form feed means if I want the contents to appear in the new page. Okay, if I want the contents to appear in the new page, then we are using the form feed. So these are the different character set the C++ programming languages supporting. Based upon these set character set only, the language has been developed. I hope students, the C++ characteristics and the character set of C++ is clear to you all. Okay, we shall see the next topics in the next video. Thank you, students.